All right. So computer time. Ableton. We're gonna go through every track, um, and just talk about the whole process and stuff, and listen to stuff individually. And this song came out in February or something, and then on the album that just came out, I did like sort of a remix of it. So we're just gonna look at the remix, and it's literally like I didn't know how to mix as well before when the single came out, and then I learned it better. So now I know, and now it's good. So yeah, we got streamer mode engaged as per usual, and we're gonna do just that. We're gonna stream. We're not gonna stream. We're gonna record. I'll put it over here. I think is probably a good place. And yeah, let's just get into it. I'll just go down the line. I usually organize it percussion up top, then bass, then various things, then voices at the bottom, horns right above voices, and then I guess anything else in between. So drums first, I guess. Let me just make sure everything's loaded. I think it is. Yeah. Okay, let's just listen to it.
Block the windows to the trees and flowers. This OS has got far more power. Stay awake till ungodly hours. Stay awake till ungodly hours. Block the windows to the trees and flowers. This OS has got far more.
Let's see. We're the first thing that happens is this. Where is that? That's just like me doing sort of a ska thing. And I remember in Jeff Rosenstock, his like ska parody album, he's like, and then Mustard Plug has that one song where they're like, and it's like very silly, just like doing mouth percussion. And then the drums come in. This is it is electronic drum sounds from my keyboard, my Roland FI06, recorded straight in as audio. And then the hi-hats kind of mirror the whole like offbeat, but then less offbeat, like offbeat, and then like a 16th note delayed thing that happens with the guitar. Okay, boring. Go through. The bass is fun. The bass is really interesting. The only reason this is tall is because you can stretch it out in Ableton. Don't worry, it's not actually louder. So right here in these transition parts, I like did this automation. How do I see that? Right here. So this chorus is going up and down in this section here. So this is like so if you have headphones on, you can hear it kind of spread out, which I think is just a cool, like, I don't know, I think it's a cool effect. And then this is, I think I played through this. Yeah, this isn't actually looped, it's me playing, but I played through this and then I cut it out later to like make it sound more empty.
Block the windows to the trees and flowers.
And it's important to give breaks.
Stay awake till ungodly.
This used to sound a lot different. If you go back and listen to the single, the bass is a lot different. I changed it to be more roundy and kind of, I don't know, I forget what I did. It took a long time. A lot of different, like, I think I did, this thing was a lot different. Like this bit warmer saturator thing is something that my friend Henry Sanford put me onto. And it's cool. It's really cool. And then I just like put a little bit of this curve thing. Let me see. Where's this automation? Oh yeah, here we go. So like in these parts, listen to this. Let's just solo the bass here. And then I actually left it a little higher there. That's the bathroom part. We'll get to that. Anyway, bass, pretty sick. It's like in the chorus, it's really. I can play my videos. That's something where you can't really play that on bass. And when we play it live, Aaron doesn't play that line specifically. He plays another thing that's pretty much impossible for anyone to play on bass except for him, but not that. I think this is more of a key bass friendly line for sure. It's just silly. It's very silly. Guitar. This is important.
This OS has got far more powers.
There's not very much nudging. Wyatt's good at playing in time. There's really not much nudging in here. I do most of my production. I do a lot of like moving around like this, where you grab something and move it to line up with these tempo lines, beat markers. But I didn't really have to with these. Let's be honest. Wyatt is a good player. This is sort of an overdub that I did to like thicken Wyatt's sound, because without this it's a little bit thin, I think. Oh, sorry.
Lock the windows to the trees and flowers. This OS has got far more power. Stay awake till ungodly hours. Stay awake till
So that's just like sort of like a sort of low cutoff, like more low end kind of thing that I think you can't really get with guitar. I mean, you can, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And it's like, this is just more of a roundy, like filler outer. Did the same thing here. So let's hear these together. I'm taking too much time on this. This part. It's pretty amazing. This, does this have an effect on it? The only thing that's making that pan, see how you hear how it's panning to the right and then back to the center? The only thing that's happening with that is this thing, which I don't really understand how this works, but it just magically made it go back and forth. I don't know. So if I turn this off, I like that, That's cool. It sounds so much cooler when stuff is like nasty. We can go through the horns, so this part.
fuck the bathroom, shit in the content. Fuck the food, dip it off in the fridge, consume the content. Fuck the bathroom, shit out the content. Fuck the
After this, I think there is some nudging, but it's really not. It's not much. And then there is a little bit more over here in their in the horns verse. And then let's talk about this bathroom thing. I just put the master in a reverb, there's this size parameter on these reverb things in Ableton. I don't know. It sounds like the walls are closer. I don't know. It's somehow they make it work.
shit out the content. Shit. Fuck the bathroom, shit out the content.
You can kind of hear. I was kind of going for this to be really like robotic, and it's like almost like computery, but then it's real instruments. So it's like, I think with the attacks, there's some sort of like this really hard attack that comes in some of these that I think sort of sounds digital. It almost sounds like robotic. Okay, let's talk about the bridge. The bridge is really silly. Okay, so here's the original pipe organ thing that I did, and then I bounced it. I don't know, it's kind of silly. It's just kind of like meant to be like spooky I don't know. The whole song's meant to be a little bit spooky and paranoid, and or what would you call it? So I guess this is like sort of like the forgive me. This is like repenting right here, sort of. And then I bounced it and just distorted it. So I like clipped it really hard, and then I bounced it so that it's not actually loud in terms of like the meter here. It just sounds like crushed. I think that was the point of bouncing it. And then the horns. Definitely loud. It's pretty low in the mix because everything's just so loud at that point. So much like silliness because there's so much of that melody that you don't even need the voices to be right. So like, where is? Let's
Cast your loved ones to the dark and go nearer the lights that do not matter.
That's real. That's not a computer effect. That's real. So hire me for that. If you want that in your song, you can do that on your song. That could be my skill. Let's talk about all these little sounds in here. Oh, we have this. I think that thing where meow sounds like that's the thing that actually comes through in that. You can kind of hear it. Oh, we have to talk about this. Droppy clickies is what it's called. It's a really high resonance, really low frequency sawtooth wave, and you just hold it down on the keyboard, and then you let the cutoff turn down with an envelope, and then it goes like that. And then I did two different pitches so that they don't match up. See, it's two different frequencies here. This one's fat, this one's higher, this one's lower. You can see with your eyes, but you can't really hear with your mind, with your ears. This sound is for the, what is this for? I think this is for the second half. So to kind of break up the like monotony of that line repeating, I just took the second half and I added these things. I think it adds more tension. And these are so crunched up. This is that dirt and grit effect again from Ableton. I love these stock Ableton effects. They're so good. I think in this whole section there's this like side chain from the kick outro, which is this MIDI thing. I actually use MIDI on this track, which is pretty rare for me. I'm not very MIDI savvy. Where's kick outro? Right here. So this is from my keyboard again. This is just me putting in audio from my FA06. But yeah, this thing is sidechained to the whole section over here, and maybe to the vocals too. It's just a lot of stuff is being dropped every time that kicks, so you can kind of hear it. Let's listen.
Computer, I can play my videos. I can dictate how I'm seen.
You can kind of hear it go down, but there is a meme over here. I'll show it to you. This is the sus. So behind the screen, I can be sus, like Among Us. I can be
behind the screen. I can be sus.
So this is just, I did a YouTube poop motif here where I put the first letter in the last bit. I put this sound over here. So it sounds like sus.
On the computer, on the computer, on the computer.
I don't know. That's the meme I did. And then also I did this kind of YouTube poop thing where it bleeps it out.
I can my videos.
I don't know. I like YouTube poops.
On the computer, on the computer, on the computer. I can do it how I'm seen.
I can did it. It sounds so crazy. When you listen to it alone, it does not sound like a groovy rhythm. But with
On the computer, on the computer, I can do my videos. Behind the screen, I can be some.
I think it fits when it's all together. And then this stuff, because I did some pitch shifting, I had to bounce them.
On the computer, on the computer.
So these are just digitally pitch shifted. And that's how it ends. Let's go back here and we'll listen to this, all this crazy stuff here. This thing kind of just adds a little bit of tinkle tinkle on top, and then this is more tinkle whine on top. This is always fun, this orchestra hit stuff.
On the computer, on the computer, on the computer.
It kind of gets crunched and like crushed up, which I think is cool. And then these kicks, let's listen to these. So how does this, listen to this. You hear how bassy that is? You might not even be able to hear it on your earbuds. And then what is this? I think that's important.
Behind the screen, I can be so mean. On the computer, I can play.
It comes through in any quiet part, this clave. I think it's so good. Cowbell, very important. Very 808.
Behind the screen, I can be so mean. On the computer, I can play my videos. I can dictate how I'm seen.
The bass gets different here. The bass comes in maybe too late. Did a lot of suspense here. So with this,
I play my videos.
it goes.
I
Okay.
can dictate how I'm seen.
Now I would have wanted it to come in right there. I would have wanted it to,
On the computer, I can play my videos.
but it's maybe it's too much suspense. I think it works though. I think it works. It's very like.
On the computer, I can play my videos. Behind the screen, I can be so.
The other bold choice I think I made with this, which I'm not sure if it's effective, is panning it almost all the way right. It's like, halfway right. That's not comfy to listen to. Oh, I guess we didn't talk about the verse vocals at all. Not much to say there.
Far more power. Stay awake till
Oh, wait, there
ungodly
is.
hours. Stay awake till ungodly
Sorry.
hours.
That is funny. I forgot that it is funny, actually.
The windows to the trees and flowers. This OS has got far more power. Stay awake till ungodly hours. Stay awake till ungodly hours.
So all I did is I recorded it once, and then these are just digitally pitched down. This one's pitched down 2 half steps, and then this one's pitched up 11 half steps, so just under an octave. So there's some crazy dissonance going on.
Stay awake till
That kind of sounds like the gingerbread man from Shrek, you know what I'm saying?
Block the windows to the trees and flowers. Fuck the food you put off in the fridge. Consume the content. Fuck the bathroom. Fuck the bathroom. Shit in the content.
Okay, hey, let's call it. It's been half an hour. So, thank you for listening and watching, and I really hope that this series is fun and enjoyable, and hopefully it's not boring and it's not sleepy time, and rather I hope it's energizing and it's awake time. All right, we did it. We engaged streamer mode. We talked about computer time. It didn't take that long. Listen, I've been recording for 31 minutes. I'm going to cut it down to 20. And you can see how true that is by looking at the scrub bar on YouTube. So yeah. All right. Okay, I got to stop. Bye.